What's going on, everybody? C4, welcome back to the channel. Today we're here for a new Madden 23 rebuild. We're going to be going 5 years with the Buffalo Bills, and we are going to try and win a Super Bowl. This is for everybody that is a fan of the Buffalo Bills. This is also going to be for everybody that's a fan of good teams that are expecting their team's rebuilds for the rebuild series across YouTube to come much later because they're already good. They don't need a rebuild. This one's for you because the last video, there wasn't really a consensus team to rebuild next in the comments. I was kind of hoping there might be a little bit of Atlanta Falcon momentum. Didn't really go that way. So, first of all, let me know in the comment section below what team you want to see rebuilt next. There's still plenty of great teams. Atlanta. We got trying to fix where the hell's going on in Denver. We got the Colts. We got the Texans. Got most of the AFC North. Like, there's plenty of great rebuild teams. Let me know which one you want to see next in the comment section below. But for the Buffalo Bills, and this is what we're going to do, not only for this Bills rebuild, but I'm, like, looking at, you know, Chiefs, Chargers, maybe the Packers, maybe the Bucks. We're not only going to rebuild these guys and try to win a Super Bowl, and at least in the case of Buffalo, they've never won one, so the pressure is on. But because this team doesn't need a whole lot of work, doesn't need me to reinvent the wheel with it, I am going to now start chasing, at least with these good teams that don't need rebuilds, the perfect season. Obviously, we can pull the whole deal and go undefeated throughout the playoffs and win the Super Bowl. That will be the holy grail. But I am now chasing 17-0 on top of winning a Super Bowl, which obviously that's one single season. That's what we're going to try to do, and we have as good a chance as any with this Buffalo Bills team. So let's take a look here at this roster. And also, it's not a realistic rebuild. Those, I mean, obviously we get a little bit of rotation. Some teams I want a realistic rebuild, some teams I don't. There's also a little bit of a rumor going around with the Buffalo Bills right now, which could very much help us try to go undefeated. So taking a look at our roster, and I'll leave that little cliffhanger that we just had there for just a second here. Looking at the quarterback, Josh Allen, monster. If I feel up to it, I'll go find the receipts. They're there, they exist. But I've been a card-carrying member of the Josh Allen fan club since he came out of college. There was a lot of people, a lot of smart football people that were writing off Josh Allen because bad completion percentage, all arm, no accuracy, Jamarcus Russell 2.0. I was high off of 2017 Carson Wentz when he was coming out of Wyoming. And I was like, this guy can be 2017 Carson Wentz, except he's better athlete and he has a better arm. So like, what are we missing here? Obviously a long way to go. So I've been in the Josh Allen fan club before it was cool to be in the Josh Allen fan club. Therefore, it is awesome to see him be a football alien. There's a legitimate argument to be made that Josh Allen is like the most overpowered Madden quarterback. At least by the time we're done this rebuild, he likely is. Almost 90 speed, dual threat as there is in the NFL, probably minus like Lamar. And 99 throw power. Just the stats are absolutely ridiculous for Josh Allen. Just Josh Allen alone should be able to help us win in multiple Super Bowls and give us the best shot out of any starting quarterback. Less Patrick Mahomes likely. That we can do it. We can actually pull out the undefeated season. Now the running back, we're going to finish on the running back room. Look at the wide receivers. There could be an argument to be made that Stephon Diggs and Josh Allen, now that Aaron Rodgers and Devontae Adams are no longer a couple, that Diggs and Josh Allen might be the best 1-2 punch, best quarterback wide receiver duo in the NFL. At worst, they're in the conversation. Diggs is a monster. Another player, like my first draft hit, when Stephon Diggs is coming out of Maryland, I reference it all the time. That was like my first, like, this guy's going to be great. Why is he slipping to the 5th round? He's going to be an absolute stud. He was my sleeper wide receiver. And look at him now. Look at him now. We got Gabe Davis at a UCF. He's awesome. You know, he's definitely emerging more from like a role player into a legitimate, like right now, he could be probably a wide receiver 1 on a couple teams in the NFL. And he is very much their wide receiver 2, and he's awesome. He just had an outstanding game week 5 of the NFL season, couple highlight reel. I think he had like 2 catches. Both were like 70+ yard touchdowns. They were highlight reel. It was awesome. Rest of the wide receiver room, you know, you get your role players, which is fine. But it's really a two-headed monster there with Diggs and Davis. Dawson Knox, great tight end. 84 with the start of there, 25 years old. Now, Dawson Knox is a popular name to see as an available free agent. He's one of the top tight ends. Makes me a little bit worried about the salary cap situation here for the Buffalo Bills going forward. But we're gonna ride this one till the wheels fall off. Take a look at the offensive line. It's probably the weakest unit out of every unit on the offensive side of the ball here. Deion Dawkins is solid. I think at right tackle, Spencer Brown, who's a member of our Pink Slips team, go check that series out if you haven't, is also, S-tier type athlete for an offensive lineman. I think we're going to be able to grow and develop him. But the interior of this offensive line is a little less, It's not what you want to see. Saffold needs veteran. Band-Aid needs to get replaced. Mitch Morse is solid, but likely, he's 79 and only 30. I think he has a star dev, which helps a little bit, but he's 30. Like, he's at his ceiling. So I definitely think we are going to try to prioritize the interior offensive line for the first couple of drafts, maybe free agency. However, we're going to do it. Defensively, Greg Rousseau. I mean, the defensive draft picks the Buffalo Bills have made over the last couple of years, they're like getting guys that are like on my favorite list. Greg Rousseau, awesome. Boogie Basham, awesome pick. Big time fan. Both those guys are going to be big parts of this rebuild. Von Miller trade was exactly what you needed to do. Buffalo is a team that understands their window, and that's a great reason why I wanted to pick the Bills to not only try to win the Super Bowl, but go 17-0, go undefeated, because getting guys like Von Miller's to do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's like an actual rebuild move. Like a Madden, not real life rebuild move. It's like, we're going to bring in Von Miller too. We have Diggs, we have Josh Allen, we have these great safeties, we have Trey White. And you know what? We're going to bring in Von Miller, because why not? We want to try to get that Super Bowl. That's awesome. Epineza is awesome. Ed Oliver was one of my favorite players. Well, probably my favorite player 4 years ago when he was coming out of Houston. He's developed nicely, and I've seen him develop very nicely here in Madden. Superstar X Factor is attainable for Big Ed Oliver in the inside there of the defense. Linebacking core, you got Terrell Bernard out of Baylor, was one of my sleepers. I watched a lot of Baylor football. Bernard, like a heat-seeking missile. Him and Jalen Petrie, phenomenal players. I'm actually intrigued. If you're watching this as a Bill fan, how has Bernard looked? I have not watched a lot of Bill games. Like, if they weren't in primetime, I've been watching the Eagles instead. So has Bernard been crushing it? Has he been solid? Is he like still stuck on special teams, rotational? Let me know. You got Tremaine Edmonds, solid linebacker, great in Madden. And then you have Matt Milano, who's one of the most underrated linebackers in the NFL, 85 star dev. Now, he is 28. That's actually a little bit older than I thought he was, but still should be solid for us. I'm not overly worried about our linebacking core here in this rebuild. Secondary, same kind of deal. Trey White, X Factor, 27 years old, 93 overall. Teron Johnson, we're going to have him in the slot. Kaiir Elam out of you-know-where. Love that selection, getting him out of Florida. 74 with the hidden dev. This secondary is, I don't really need to touch it too much. I mean, you got this guy. I didn't even know who this guy was. I do draft content. I follow the draft. I could not tell you who Christian Benford was. And here he is, like, starting week 1. And he's been solid, all things considered. So that's kind of awesome. We have Micah Hyde, Jordan Poyer. I don't even think you need to say arguably, like, the best safety tandem in the NFL right now. It's working well for us, but they're both 31. So I think you can make the argument that safety should be like a secondary position that we kind of prepare for. If there's a great safety in the draft, maybe pull the trigger on them just to have that insurance in case one of these guys regresses too much, or there's some form of like they're old and they want like a 5-year contract and we can't really give it to them. But the last thing I wanted to talk about, wait, I'm going to make sure, we have all our premier picks, right? Yes, sir. It's the running back room. Now, Devin Singletary's solid. They got James Cook out of Georgia, Zach Moss with the dev trait. But there's been some rumors ever since the Carolina Panthers fired Matt Rule that the Buffalo Bills have been in contact with the Carolina Panthers regarding Christian McCaffrey. What would that look like? Can I even make that kind of trade happen? Let's take a look. All right, this was like I was like, this is overpaying for Christian McCaffrey. I'll give our first, our second, and they need a right defensive end. So we get Epineza, who's actually death right now behind Von Miller. And like we're halfway there. I don't know how else we could make this without like ruining and derailing the rebuild. I mean, they need a tight end. Do I try Dawson Knox? Even then, like I don't think it's gonna happen, fellas. All right, this is my final offer. I haven't even sent it yet. Obviously, if I said it would have accepted. I'm gonna 2 firsts and Dawson Knox, who's the same age as Christian McCaffrey. I mean, it creates a massive hole at tight end. But those receptions can easily funnel to Christian McCaffrey. If we can't do this, there's really no other trade I can do. Put a 2nd-round pick in there. Didn't want it. There's no other players. If this accepts, we'll rock with it. If not, look, it's not happening. There's no fucking way. God damn it. Come on, Madden. Let me have some fun here. Don't worry, fellas. Through the power of YouTube, I was able to get this trade to go through. And it's still, like, anytime I do this, even though this is not a realistic rebuild, and our goal is to go 17-0. We should do almost anything in our power to go 17-0. I wanted to make sure that at least right off the bat, we're not just cheesing our way through this one. So I felt like we got Christian McCaffrey, who all the rumors right now is that if he moves Carolina, he's on the trade block from the Carolina Panthers. They're going to rebuild, moving on from Matt Rule. And Christian McCaffrey is a luxury weapon. He's not a guy that's going to get retooled for a team that has to get a brand new quarterback and, retool the offense. As much as Chris McCaffrey's a monster, he's super expensive, he can't stay healthy, he is a luxury piece. He is a piece for a team that is a guy or two away from going to the Super Bowl. He's a piece for this Bills team that are a guy or two away from going undefeated and being able to go 17-0. So we also threw in Tommy Tremble, who is 71. I mean, developmental tight end, but he does have a star depth. So at least we have someone there that I'm hoping Josh Allen can elevate. I genuinely believe that if Christian McCaffrey gets traded to the Bills or wherever before the trade deadline, in real life, you're not getting a first-round pick. This is a salary cap dump from the Carolina Panthers. As much as if you are a Panther fan, you want to see this happen, and the Panthers get a first round whatever for Chris. I'm not gonna say that it can't happen. I'm gonna say that, like, if you get a first, that's all you're getting. And I think it's more likely that you'll get, like, a second and a third, or a second and a future second. I'd be very surprised if a team pays a first, let alone what we're paying, which is a first this year, our second this year, and Dawson Knox, who is, Tommy Tremble's their starting tight end. So you got plus 13, a couple years older, but both have star dev. We very much overpaid to the Carolina Panthers, but we made it happen. We made dreams come true. Before we even get into week 1, we have some, like, straight up was like an options. Like, hey, Devin Singletary, who wants him? I mean, teams are really wanting, maybe we find like a more realistic trade, because I don't really think, some of these don't really make sense. I don't think we'd get Henderson from the Panthers. We stop taking advantage of him. No way the Jets would throw in Becton to a divisional rival. Same with Wilkins. I don't think but if Singletary is truly bringing up a trade market, and trust me, I already looked at the trade finder, their offers were even worse. Maybe we'll move them for some draft picks, recoup what we lost a little bit from that CMC trade. All right, well, Carolina now has a massive hole at running back. Even though I was throwing in Devin Singletary for the original trades, I didn't want him. We're going to send them Devin Singletary. I mean, he's 81 star dev, and we'll get, I think even you can still make the argument I probably could have got a 3rd round pick, but I will take a 4th rounder this year, a 4th rounder next year for our backup running back. All right, we're about mid-season. We have our first breakout. It is for Greg Rousseau, which would be massive for him. 75 yards rushing. We had a close victory week 9. We're undefeated. We're 8-0. We have the 1-7 Vikings at home. So Bills Mafia is going to be loud and proud and absolutely just dominate. 49-14, and Greg Rousseau gets the superstar dev. Let's go. Still undefeated, 10-0. Let's take a look at our contracts here. 7 more. Can we do 7 more? It's going to be tough. Jordan Poyer, no interest in re-signing. Edmonds does. What's our salary cap looking like? I mean, oh my God. Okay, it's looking terrible. I mean, if we're evaluating this as far as like who is really going to sting, it definitely is Edmonds and Poyer. Damn. All right. God damn it, Bill. God damn it, Bill. Fucking Patriots. Diving into the tape here a little bit. I mean, we just got a slow start. We got 15 of our 32 points in the 4th quarter. I mean, they just looked like they played a clean game. We did not. They got 4 rushing touchdowns, able to kill the clock. One of those games, like you guarantee, Bill Belichick was like, all right, we're going to run the football, keep Christian McCaffrey, Josh Allen, Stephon Diggs off the field. Damn it. But then of year 1, we did do very well. Number 1 offense, number 1 defense, 15-2, the 1 seed in the AFC. Did have 2 losses. 1 loss, which we saw to the Patriots. We had another loss, surprisingly, to the Chicago Bears. Don't know what happened there. But, I mean, you look at this team, dominant, and the reality is, I mean, we do have some trade pieces. If someone's looking for, like, a nice running back, maybe look at move, because we don't have our Jordan Poyer replacement. We can't pay him, so he's going to bounce, and we don't have a safety that can step up. We're also going to lose Tremaine Edmonds, and, Bernard, hopefully he can continue to develop as a starter. We got Milano. We don't have his replacement either. So this draft kind of went, and I spent a lot of my scouting on, it's actually a strong tackle class. So for that, I mean, tackle, we can move any of them inside to guard. I was kind of like, all right, we're going to get our guards this year. But now, I mean, we need safety. We're going to need a linebacker. Usually those guys are fairly easy to identify without a lot of scouting. For linebackers, you want to look for the good athletes with A-zone coverage. For the safeties, same kind of thing. Usually the best athletes. At worst, pop a dev trait. But focusing on this season. Now our next goal, we missed out on 17-0, which is really a big goal. I'm not going to gloat winning a Super Bowl with the Bills. We wanted that 17-0, but our team was outstanding here in year one, and we can at least win a Super Bowl. 4,600 yards, 41 touchdowns, 11 tutties, 11 picks, for Josh Allen. We had 1,600 yards, 22 rushing touchdowns for Christian McCaffrey, 1,200 yards, 8 touchdowns to Stephon Diggs, over 1,000 for Tommy Tremble. Kind of the additional throw-in piece from that deal. Outstanding. Gabe Davis, 9-9. Crowder, 7-8. 600 yards, 2 touchdowns for CMC. So Christian McCaffrey finishes with, 2,200 yards from scrimmage, making close to 23. God damn, what a monster. Defensively, Matt Milano, 136 tackles, 5 TFLs, 4 interceptions. Exceptional. 26 sacks for Von Miller, the new record holder. 17 TFLs as well. 10 sacks at Oliver, 9.5 for our new superstar on the other side. Not only Von Miller dominant, helping other guys get open and Greg Rousseau develop and take his game to another level. Very good there. 4 picks, Trey White. We had 3 for Poyer. 2 for the rookie, Kyrie Elam. 46 tackles, 2 picks. That is not bad. How does all the awards kind of line up here? Dak is the MVP. Josh Allen coming in at number 3. Where's Von Miller? On the AFC Outs player, there goes Chris McCaffrey. Defensive player, there goes Von Miller. For the individual awards, we got Josh Allen, quarterback of the year, CMC, running back of the year, Von Miller, D lineman of the year, and I assume, right, Von Miller has the new single season sack record? He does, right there. Bada boom. Beautiful. All right, here's always the fun part. We're 15-2. Do we just Dallas Cowboy this and go 0-1 in the playoffs? I mean, this team might be the exception to the rule. We absolutely crush Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens. 31-3. It wasn't even a competitive matchup. 2 touchdowns, no picks. Josh Allen, no touchdowns, 2 picks, and only 92 yards for Lamar Jackson through the air. Good night. Taron Johnson, Jordan Poyer. It's that easy. All right, so taking a look at the big picture here. We're now taking on the Colts. Not really worried. It's more so the other side of the bracket, the NFC side, which has Dallas, which has the Tampa Bay Bucks, aka the 2 best playbooks in the NFC. Very close win over the Colts, 21-17. But, we're not losing. Colts suck. Sorry if you're a Colts fan. You guys suck. Just draft a quarterback. Bite the bullet. Hey, we don't have to take on the Cowboys. So it's not like salt in the wounds if we do lose. It's Tom Brady. It's the GOAT. And I think if you're Buffalo, and you could pick one team to beat, it wouldn't even be team. If you could pick one person, one human being to be able to hoist your Super Bowl trophy in front of, I don't think there's someone else other than Tom Brady that would be their number 1 choice. So let's go do that here in year 1. Never seen that before. When did I get at it? Did they fix anything else in franchise mode? Opening drive, the Buffalo Bills march down the field. We go for it on 4th down. Have to settle for a field goal. Turnover on the old man Brady. Get the first touchdown of the game up 10-zip. I'm not happy that the 2 red zone drives end up with field goals, but we are just absolutely dominating the Bucs. This is ridiculous. It's gonna be Magic Tom time at some point in the second half. They're not scoring points. John Madden announces they're not scoring points. It's gonna be hard for them to win the game, Tom. And that's kind of what it's looking like right here. 13 points. Kidding me? I'd love to see someone like Von Miller wins the MVP. But hey, shocking! We rebuild the Buffalo Bills in year 1 after making the Christian McCaffrey trade. We won the Super Bowl. We didn't get everything. I'm not here to gloat until we get 17-0. 17-0 Super Bowl is what we want. But a consolation prize at least for year 1. Patriots. It's annoying. The Patriots are the first. Really they represent us not being able to go undefeated. Is at least win the Super Bowl. Because we are going to be technically worse. We're going to be losing Jordan Poyer. We're going to be losing Tremaine Edmonds. Don't have their replacements unless we hit like some stud in the draft. So at least we have 1. There's a slight check mark. You filled it in with pencil. Check mark next to this Buffalo Bills rebuild that we won a Super Bowl. But you're not putting that in permanent marker for this one. For me personally, until it's an undefeated season. But the Bills have been starved of a Super Bowl title. I'm happy that we can at least bring it for season number 1. And worst case, this is a dynasty. Best case, we come back year 2. We go 17-0, and we run it back and win another one. So looking at our team as we close out the season, Tommy Tremble goes from star up to a superstar. Feels a little cheesy, but he absolutely earned it. He balled out this season. And on the defensive side, Greg Rousseau just keeps straight up going up. Gets superstar in season, gets X Factor at the end of the season. And we have, unfortunately, a little bit of regression there for Micah Hyde going from superstar down to a star. But happy with where this team is at going into the offseason. Well, we got our little boost of additional salary cap here. And I'm going to offer the fair deal here to Tremaine Edmonds. Don't let him walk. But there's just no way that we can keep both him and Poyer. Poyer is 32. You know, go get the bag, go play for the Jags or something, and then retire with yours. With Rachel. Rachel, you know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. We're just gonna chill in free agency. Got no money. I want whatever. This 14.5 mil need to roll over for next year for our own contract extensions. Let's go crush the draft. We also did have a retirement this offseason as Roger Saffold retires after 13 years in the league. Before we even get to the draft, we are seeing some trade offers for Evan Eza, and I was like, man, he's kind of our depth in case, you know, Von Miller surprisingly retires. But you got like Rocky Ya-Sin from Vegas. I can actually potentially do that because I think Rocky Ya-Sin's kind of guy, aggressive corner, might be able to make the move to safety. It just gets me thinking, this is not a good safety class. I think we should be okay if we go lineman. But, you know, I don't think beyond, you know, the first and second round there's going to be much safety. So I want to see actually if we could trade Ebenezer for a potential safety upgrade. If not, we'll come back to this Vegas deal and look much like Jordan Poyer. Jordan Poyer was a converted corner to a safety. Maybe do that with Rocky Ya-Sin. We gave up dev trait as Ebenezer 77 hit a dev, but we got Hufanga, who's been outstanding for the 49ers so far this season. He was on their trade block. He's only normal. He's younger than Ebenezer, but we have a new starter at strong safety, and we have another opportunity to grow and develop a player, much like we just saw with Greg Rousseau. Go from star, now he's an X Factor. Maybe a similar rise could be in store for Hufanga as our new starting strong safety. The guard market got absolutely destroyed. I had 2 or 3 that were round 3, 4. And they're all off the... I'm down to 1 lineman that I liked, which is Dowling here. I might just have to pull the trigger, honestly. There was a DB, Matthews. That looked solid. I mean, that's just combine, though. And we don't really need the safety pick right now. Yeah, we'll go Matthews here. And then, because, you know, we can always use a DB. Plus, Micah Hyde's get up there. We'll get Matthews here, then we'll go grab that the guard. Normal dev. We got Christian McCaffrey. That's our premier draft picks. We'll grab Dowling. Best interior lineman that we saw. And at least he pops with a hidden dev. That's awesome. I'll just make this our last pick. You know, we went heavy on tackle, and we got a bunch of just projected UD, like garbage. The blast is Spencer McDonald here out of, good, hell of an athlete, actually. Out of Tulane. Pop the trigger on him, but other than that, man, this draft is kind of foobar. Happy that we got the hidden depth player, though, the guard. All right, let's take a peek here at our draft recap. No first-round pick, no second-round pick, and we still get 2 70-plus players. We get a 73 punter, normal dev, 61 ski fit linebacker, 65 D tackle, 66 tackle. Dowling, that is got to be, you know, one of the steals of the draft. 73 hidden dev at a position of need. He's going to be our day 1 starter. He is our Roger Saffold replacement. And we got a nice defensive back here in Buda Matthews out of Louisville, 71. I mean, we did work. I'm happy with that, honestly. All things considered, no first or second round pick. Our draft board got obliterated in the 3rd round. To still walk away with this is great. Year 2 for the Buffalo Bills, looking to go undefeated this season. We're going to run it back. You know, most of our guys are exactly the same. There's going to be a little bit of a drop-off at wide receiver 3, but I think Khalil Shakir, it's just more so the fact that we got Christian McCaffrey and Tommy Tremble. We don't really need that 3rd weapon. I think we should be fine. Dowling coming in left guard. A little bit of a drop-off from Roger Saffold, but higher ceiling. So that is pretty dope, and the rest of the offensive line remains the same. Defensively, coming back with the exact same unit. We are down a dev on Micah Hyde, but we are up a dev on Greg Rousseau. 2nd year for Terrell Bernard. Boogie Basham there is like a hybrid pass rusher D tackle. And, actually, you know what? Teron Johnson, wasn't he a star dev? Maybe not. Felt like he was. Maybe he lost the dev. And then we got Hufanga back there at strong safety. Excited to see what he can do now in this defense. So let's go year 2. 17-0 is our first. Like, I wish that was something you could set. Like, obviously, I don't know how you would, because like the whole when you set your season goal based on what you set, it gives you your chance of getting fired. Like, there should be another option to just go like, don't lose a single game. I'd pick that every time with this Bills team at least. Well, that was quick. Week 2, we get the 17-0 and put that to bed as we lose to the juggernaut Philadelphia Eagles 13-10. Could be a early preview or a late preview or delayed preview of the upcoming Super Bowl, huh? Legit argument to be made. It's going to be either the Bills or Chiefs meeting my beloved Eagles in the Super Bowl. That'd be awesome Super Bowl. Bills-Eagles Super Bowl would be fucking awesome. Oh, actually, sorry. We're not going to go undefeated. We're actually going to struggle to make the playoffs. Huh. Bring it here live. Breakout DB. Hufanga. I mean, that could kind of be a silver lining on what has been an underwhelming season. Him to get back that dev trait. I mean, I hate giving up a star dev player like we did in Epineza to get a normal dev, even though it's surplus requirement for filling an immediate weakness. We lose again to the Colts. Give me the dev. Fuck, man. What's going on? All right, we got 38 million bucks. We'll start Ed Oliver, D-tackle. He's super interested in re-signing. We'll just get him here for the remainder of the rebuild. 3 more seasons. Micah Hyde is also interested, but we have to come back because I think Gabe Davis is a little more important. I think that's fair to say. We'll give him a player-friendly deal, 5 years, get him locked up. 14 million bucks. If we can get Jordan Poyer, he's looking for a 2-year deal. I mean, the years were the issue. I think we could probably give him 3 years. Won't take the cap hit up too much. Actually, probably lessen it so we can get him over the line. Yeah, just give him 3 years instead of 2, and he resigns. So we finish year 2 with a, underwhelming 10-7 record. Second place in the AFC East, and we get to take on the Chiefs at Arrowhead. Awesome. I mean, from a neutral, that's a sick game, but for the sake of this rebuild, probably the one team you don't want to see in the AFC. Take a look at Josh Allen. Try to understand, why did we underwhelm a little bit? I mean, that's honestly, given the offense, given the pieces around him, a little bit of a okay season out of Josh Allen, and we were expecting, get to be right up there in the MVP race. CMC dominated, averaged 100 yards a game, 1,700 yards, 18 touchdowns. We got 13 touchdowns, 1,300 yards, 15 tutties for Stephon Diggs. But, you see rebuilds definitely with lesser teams, like 2, 3, 4,000-yard receivers. Never was really going to hit that here this year with Buffalo. Defensively, Matt Milano, outstanding, 162 tackles, 7 TFLs, 5 interceptions, 15.5 sacks for Von Miller. Decrease from his record-breaking year last year, but still, I'm very happy with those numbers. 10 sacks, Greg Rousseau. We got 5 from Ed Oliver. And, maybe more interceptions on the back end of the defense. Hufanga in his first year, 95 tackles, 1 interception. Not exactly the playmaker that we had in Jordan Poyer, but he's a lot more affordable. Joe Burrow is the MVP. Josh Allen coming in number 8. CMC is Offensive Player of the Year. And looking at the rest of the awards, we got a running back goes to CMC. Wide receiver goes to Stephon Diggs. And hopefully we aren't one and done here, and we go on a long, lengthy playoff run. Or we get stomped by the Chiefs. Oh, we beat them 42-28. Setting up a divisional game here. Again, I mean, we should kick the shit out of the Titans. They're 81 overall. They have Derrick Henry and nothing else. We handle business. We go to the conference championship game against the Denver Broncos, looking to make it back-to-back. It would be cool if we can, get the 4 Super Bowls in a row. Fuck off. The 4 Super Bowls in a row like the Jim Kelly Buffalo Bills. But unfortunately, in the AFC Championship game, the Broncos with the upset. 17 points. Russell Wilson cooked. And we got to figure out this offense, though, man. We gotta do something that can get Josh Allen back to year 1. Josh Allen, I need him playing like an MVP favorite, not a MVP shortlist coming in number 7 or 8 out of 10. That's not good enough. Year 2 ends with, who cares? Who cares? It's not important who won the Super Bowl here. Let's take a look at our squad. I have actually a little bit of fear that we could have some depth trait regression. But you never know. Sometimes I'm surprised. When I'm usually most worried is when I'm most surprised. So on the offensive side, no dev trait regression. Dowling, our hidden dev guard, pops as a star. Obviously, it's few and far between. You get a hidden dev lineman above a star. On the defensive side, we had Micah Hyde back up to a superstar. Matt Milano up to a superstar. Terrell Bernard up to a star. No dev for Hufanga, which would have been, I'm getting greedy at that point. So the fact that we didn't really have any mass dev trait regression on what was still overall a successful season, even though not reaching our super high standards, that's a win going into the offseason, which is going to be likely, again, very quiet on the open market, keeping whatever little money we have for contract extensions, and just hoping that we can continue to get studs in the draft. So I'm kind of going to this offseason. I want that third wide receiver. Maybe that helps out the offense. I still think we can go interior on the offensive line. Looking at the wideouts, I mean, a couple of like Samuel, Darnell Mooney is actually kind of interesting, but also, you know, I got a line on a couple wide receivers that I think are going to be in our first round pick range. And then you go to offensive line. Muti would have been nice, but there's zero interest, and I absolutely can't overpay, especially for anybody. Thought about Matt Hennessy, 26. He does have the star dev, but again, it's just like, do we sign him and then, you know, who's going to be looking for a contract extension in season? Are we going to be like center's the least important spot on the offensive line? Do I really want to sink money there, like $6-7 million, or will you be able to use that to re-sign someone, you know, on the defense side of the ball, or being able to give Tommy Tremble a new contract? I think, again, we're going to roll over this $33 million in cap to help with our extensions next season. Let's go crush the draft. We will, however, for our lone piece of business this offseason, pick up the fifth-year option on our superstar X-Factor pass rusher, Greg Rousseau. Of course. 3 wide receivers that I thought had a chance of being here at 29. They're all gone. The top guy, I mean, he has A catching, which is nice. A catching, I mean, he's going to be probably like, that tells me 70. But the combine's nothing really to write home about. And, I mean, my whole draft kind of set up was like, all right, we'll get a wide receiver, and then I'll grab a center, because the centers look freaky. Klein looks good. Holcomb looks outstanding, potentially all A's, maybe. George Neal looks like the best of the bunch, I think. Crawford looks dope. Like, I need a center. We need a Mitch Morse replacement. And obviously all these guys, second round, third round, we're going to be able to get one of them. I don't know. I think we need an upgrade over Shakir. But there's nothing. Like, height, weight, speed, all the guys that were like top 3, top 5 in 40, 20-yard shuttle, 3-cone, they were all round 1s, 2 that just went off the board. I guess we'll grab him, Burris, and just hope that he's a legit first rounder, has the A catching, which is great. But, I mean, I'm kind of just punting here that maybe he's a decent player, and then we can just, let's grab those centers. Honestly, if I can get 2 of those centers and just have one be a center, one be maybe a right guard, that's going to be how we crush this draft. Hey, we pop hit a dev here on Burris, 95 acceleration. That's actually, all right, a lot better than expected. All right, a perfect world. I can get George Neal in the second round, Crawford in the third round, and they will be a center guard combo. But Neal, if that wide receiver, if we decide not to go wide receiver, this would have been my first round pick anyways. So being able to grab him in the second round here, very, very happy with that. 86 acceleration. What a monster. Woo, the center was gone. I went Burnham, left guard, hidden dev, another great athlete, 80 acceleration, 90 strength. He's obviously going to kick over to the right-hand side and compete with Ryan Bates for the starting gig there. All right, take a look at our draft recap. I think this was an outstanding draft, all things considered. Woo! Burris, 77 hidden dev. Hell of a okay, I got to see what those other guys were. There was, I mean, there was a couple that we didn't have a chance at. Alvarez was the best. I didn't think we had a shot, but he's 76 hidden. Okay. He was my top guy. But our guy's still better. 77 hidden dev. Joseph out of Ole Miss. He was slower. He had the better combine stats. Fox, slower. 69. I mean, he wasn't even what those guys were considering. So, yeah. Burris. Fine. That'll do. That will certainly do. What's that center? I didn't even see. The center is the guy that I'm probably the most hyped about because he looked outstanding. 74 hidden dev. Burnham, 72 hidden dev. And then we just got some solid depth pieces here closing out the draft. But that is as good of a 3 picks you can ask for a team that's arguably already on paper one of the best teams in the NFL. Year 3 for the Bills. Just a quick update of where the squad. I'm making the commitment right now. We'll go with the young guys here on the offensive line. We got Burst now at wide receiver 3. That's the only changes to the offense. On the defensive side, pretty much again the exact same. Whoa. This looks different. I think we're missing somebody who got 90 trillion sacks for us. The fuck did that happen? Huh. All right, no Von Miller. Von Miller less. Either way, win the Super Bowl, undefeated, 17-0, still on the table. All right, good news here. Mid-season, year 3, we have a breakout scenario for Boogie Basham. We have a breakout scenario for a certain linebacker, Terrell Bernard. Awesome. 2 guys that could absolutely do with dev trade increases. However, we did slip up. Unfortunately, 17-0 needs to get put on hold to at least year 4. But with the surprise retirement of Von Miller, my expectations this year kind of was like, all right, we're gonna have to hit the open market now. Let's see what we have. Boogie Basham gets a dev trade. I mean, he was only on a normal, so it's up to a star, but that certainly helps a lot. Before this year, he was like a rotational D tackle. Needs to step up to replace Von Miller. Terrell Bernard, unfortunately, couldn't get the double dev. Luckily, we have a buttload of money. $76 million. So with that money, I mean, we might as well start with, you know, our big time players. We'll go Teron Johnson. He's interested. Wouldn't hate a 2-year deal at this price point. There we go. Got Teron Johnson. Another guy. Surprise. He's been normal dev this whole time. Got Deion Dawkins at left tackle. We'll get him for the remainder of this rebuild. Don't worry about it. Still $49 million salary cap. We have Matt Milano again. Very interested in re-signing with the team. Get him locked up. He's, especially after last year, he was freaky good. Tommy Tremble was always going to kind of be a tough one here. We'll give him very player-friendly. Get him locked up. Can't lose our superstar tight end. It's been a nice piece of the defense. We got Hufanga, who I think it's only a matter of time till he gets up a dev trait. Get him all locked up. Boogie Basham just went up dev. But again, I think this is where we're going to have to let him walk and try to make like a substantial signing as far as pass rusher is concerned. Unless he has a ridiculous stat line at the end of the year, and then we'll just throw him a massive offer in that last little free agency, pre-free agency extension window before free agency actually starts in the offseason. Year 3, we go 15-2 again, which matches our year 1 total. We have the number 2 offense, number 1 defense, and I think being down a Von Miller, that's pretty respectable. That's pretty goddamn impressive, if I do say so myself. Josh Allen, man, he's just, I mean, it's, and any of you guys out there that have played a lot of Madden franchise mode, it doesn't seem like he's like commonly like winning the MVPs like a Patrick Mahomes or like whoever the hell the quarterback is of the Bucks. But I don't know. I mean, that's not a bad year. CMC show a little bit on offense, I suppose. No 1,000-yard receiver. Defensively, Milano continues to be kind of a cheat code. Rousseau, 15.5 sacks. Ed Oliver, 12. Say, yeah. Boogie Basham, even though he went up dev trade, I think we hit the open market. Hopefully, there's a big-time pass rusher out there. 4 picks, Trey White. 3 for Hufanga. Looking at the yearly awards, MVP goes to Blair Booth. Huh. Josh Allen in number 6. CMC Offensive Player of the Year. Running back goes to Christian McCaffrey. O-lineman goes to our backup center, who we benched. Sick. Awesome. Makes sense. Awesome. Yep. Sure does. That means he's going to go up. Look, watch this. We're going to go here. Unless something happened in my lineup where he changed. He was backup center. He was backup center. And now he's mostly going to go up to a superstar dev because he got lineman of the year. Fucking what? What? Make it make sense, people. All right, we got the Chiefs. Why is it always the Chiefs? Can we see them in the championship game? That's fine. Not first round. We have to keep, and like, this has been the grinder. If you're not playing the Chiefs, the other team you don't want to see is probably the Ravens. And there you go. We fall to the Ravens, and we're going into year 4. Me thinking, oh yeah, we're gonna get a couple undefeated seasons, a couple Super Bowls. Going to year 4, we just have 1 Super Bowl to our name. In the all-bird Super Bowl here in year 3, the Ravens knock off the Falcons 35-28. And we're going to go take a look at our team. Again, a little anxious that there's going to be some dev trait regression because our offense has been underperforming. And that's exactly what we see. Josh Allen is no longer an X Factor. Stephon Diggs is no longer an X Factor. Tommy Tremble is no longer a superstar. I mean, it is what it is, man. They've been underwhelming. There's Fletcher, our backup D tackle, went up dev trade. Trey White lost his X Factor. Gee, it's a massacre. Brutal. Went into this free agency period being like, can I has pass rusher? And don't don't really I might have to go just after Hendrickson as like a very short term. Because you got like JOK, like there's not really a needle mover right now, at least for our team. AJ Terrell would bet. I mean, for how much we'd have to overpay him, it's not. We don't desperately need a corner like that. Like, what's he looking for? A 1 year? Can I get him on a 1? If I get him for like a 1 year rental, I suppose. All right, come chase the Super Bowl, Hendrickson. And just before the draft, we will also pick up the 5th year option on the great corner out of Florida, Kaiir Elam. So look at our roster here, what we need. Well, right tackle. We let Spencer Brown hit the open market, so right tackle would be a priority. I think you could also make an argument, you know, depth, just safety. Micah Hyde's getting old. But for our first round pick here at pick 30, we did our homework on tackles. And there is a clear and obvious selection, at least at right tackle. Yeah, not a lot of value there. At the right tackle spot, we have Lewis McCullough out of Oregon. First, second round in terms of talent. AAA. C-Ron block could be better, but we're going to pull the trigger here. Hidden Dev, day 1 starter at right tackle. Take a look at our draft recap. McCullough is a stud, 73 with the Hidden Dev, day 1 starter at right tackle. Rest of the board, though, like I didn't hate. There was nothing really at safety. Kind of simmed it out there into day 3. But we got our tackle. I'll take it. So here's our year 4 Buffalo Bills. And as it relates to the offense, the only thing that really bad happened was the dev trait regression. McCullough is going to start near right tackle over Spencer Brown. We just never kind of put it all together. And hopefully, you know, somehow this offense puts it all together this season. Defensively, brought Trey Hendrickson pretty much on a 1 year rental to help us just wreak havoc and get that pass rush back where it needs to be. Secondary is solid. Ooh, actually, computer got us a hidden dev? Frank Gilmore. Okay, shout out to the computer. Late round, getting us a sleeper. I will take that. And with that, a little bit of momentum. Just a teeny bit. Just a smidge. Yet again. Let's get our second Super Bowl. And let's try to get 17-0. Year 4, not too bad. Mid-season. Talking about some contract extensions. 9-0. Sitting top of the AFC East. I think we can make it to the bye. God damn it, man. One day I'll be able to use Cloud Franchise, and these sims will be a lot quicker. But do you think we can get, okay, beat the Falcons? Can we make it 11-0? And maybe have all those players re-interest meters for our extensions here. Yes, sir. Oh, we got a weekly award. It's 19 points. Probably someone on the defense. Greg Rousseau, 2 sacks. Congratulations. But a chance at 17-0 is still on the board here in year 4. Let's look at our final contract extensions. Guys, we want to go the full rebuild. Oh, no. It's going to be expensive. God damn it. All right, what do we got? Well, we got Bernard, who I'd like to keep. Trey White's interested. That is a massive, massive investment, but he looks like he's the most likely to resign, so we'll get that over the line. CMC, Rousseau are next. Greg Rousseau is going to need an insane amount of money. We're going to have to probably get both of them very player-friendly contracts to keep them all here. Which I can, oh, god damn it. We can't lose CMC. We cannot. I'd be annoyed to lose Bernard. See if we can give him player friendly. I can kiss my ass. You can kiss my ass, buddy. I'm not paying you like I'm paying CMC. All right, he kind of flipped us the middle finger, aka he just asked for the franchise tag. Congrats, you played yourself. Don't do it. Don't you dare do it. Don't you dare. Don't you dare. You mother. Luckily, we had everything locked up. That Dallas Cowboy loss kind of snowballed into 3 straight losses. 14-3. We have the number 5 offense, number 1 defense. At least we have the first round bye. Let's see who we're going to be taking on. I bet you it's some combo of the Chiefs or Ravens. 2 teams you never want to see. Yeah, of course it is. Alrighty. Let's take a look at our stats. Josh Allen crushed it this year. Why? Huh? What's going on here? 34, well, like 50 touchdowns. I mean, the interceptions have been great for Josh Allen. Year 1 was great with 41, but you go 41, 37, 35, and then just 50. Did something happen? we run? We didn't run the ball any less. 1,500 yards, 18 touchdowns. That's kind of been CMC's territory. Maybe a little less on the rushing yards per game. And I think I literally said this like year 2. It's like some rebuilds, you get 3 to 4,000 yard receivers. Finally getting a little bit of that. Stephon Diggs, 125 receptions, 1,700 yards, 19 touchdowns. We had 1,008 for Gabe Davis, 1,013 for Tommy Tremble, 1,000 for Cameron Burris. On the defensive side, Matt Milano continues to be a tackle machine. 16 sacks, Trey Hendrickson being the mercenary that we needed him to be. 18 TFLs, 12 sacks, Ed Oliver. 15 TFLs, 11.5 sacks. Greg Rousseau, Fletcher, 7.5, not bad from the interior. Interceptions continue to be underwhelming. Number 1 offense in the NFL. Obviously, MVP goes to Josh Allen. Let's go. What's we got here? Anything else? Anything else? Josh Allen, quarterback of the year. You know what? He's got to get his X Factor back. That's very important for this team. CMC runner-up. Diggs runner-up. Trey Hendrickson, D lineman of the year. We might have to find a way to get him back on a contract extension. He was outstanding. I mean, I'm not going to lie. Threw him the 1-year deal. I was like, all right, he might get us 10. I didn't think he'd crush it like he did. Can we crush the Ravens like we've done in years past and go on a run here? 37-31, we handle business. Championship game against the Jacksonville Jaguars, who actually had a very stellar season. But they're not like us. They're not built like us. And that's absolute bullshit that we are not in the Super Bowl. I guess we lost to the future Super Bowl champion. Jags beat the Falcons. Man, the Falcons have been on one. That's like their second Super Bowl appearance. Jags won the Super Bowl. Everything's going up to year 5 here. Take a look at our roster as we close this one out. Josh Allen definitely will be up to an X Factor, which he is. Diggs is back up to an X. Literally everyone that lost their dev, and I will say that it wasn't a robbery. They weren't playing particularly well. Tremble as well gets included. They went back up dev trait for this final push. And obviously for this offseason, we are going to franchise tag Christian McCaffrey. McCullough, our hidden dev right tackle, the rookie, popped with a star dev. On the defensive side, as dev traits are concerned, don't think. Trey White lost his superstar. Milano lost his superstar. Okay. All right, we got Christian McCaffrey. This will be my final offer. 7 years, $123 million. We got him locked up. Still have $22 million cap. Let's see if we can get Hendrickson, who absolutely impressed. We'd have very little salary cap now. Unfortunately, he is going to hit the open market. So we're going to go to the open market with that $22 million bucks. And hopefully we can draft a linebacker to replace Bernard. And with that money, reinvest in another pass rusher rental. All right, so you got a deal. Not much there as far as pass rusher is concerned. Hendrickson easily, especially with his production last year, is our best option. You got Ebiketie there potentially. I mean, I don't know, no fault of his own. Like, absolutely hit the open market, but we are coming back with a strong bid, and he definitely wants to come back and run it back. So we're going to go in the draft. Really just need to get a Terrell Bernard replacement at linebacker, and we're going to be Gucci. We're going to be going year 5, undefeated, 17-0 Super Bowl victory. Only really have one option here for the linebacker. It's what we need. Just nothing else really helps us out at this spot, unless there's like a big safety, like a hybrid safety that we can maybe convert. And I don't think I mean, this guy, 223. What's the combine look like? It's pretty good. Takes a lot of boxes. We got strong safety. First round. Again, then you're just reaching at that point. Nah, screw. We'll go linebacker. He should be decent. A pursuit, A zone coverage. Combine is, yeah, let's go. Let's go, baby. Day 1 starter. I'm going to guess 73. Damn it. 71 hit it. Have Tremaine Lynch. Very, very rare that a year 5 draft yields a starter. But when you have as little salary cap as we do, that's kind of what you have to do. And he looks solid. I mean, for the bottom of the first round, not going to get a whole lot better than that. There was a middle linebacker that I was expecting to fall to me. That would have been sweet. He must have went just, it wasn't Wheeler. What was his name? This guy. Ernest Reynolds went at 26. Give me normal. Show me normal. Oh, he looks so good. Okay, he's a little bit better than what we would deal with. Just out of our reach. Star dev. Star dev, please. Thank you. Okay, I can live with that. I can live with that. Year 5, 17-0. That's the plan. That's the script. We're going to follow this script. We're going to have Josh Allen go for 70 touchdowns. We're going to have the number 1 defense in the NFL. Henderson's going to get 16, 17 sacks. 10 sacks at Oliver. Rousseau's getting 26, like Von Miller did year 1. This secondary is going to stop sucking, and we are going 17-0. Promise. So far, so good. Send to midseason, undefeated. Man, we might actually make this. We're going to come in live. We got week 14 against the Patriots. They ended our undefeated streak potentially year 1. We got the Baltimore Ravens, 6-7. They're the Ravens, though. This is probably gonna be a low-scoring game. Handle business. We have the 5-9 Jets. Come on. Okay, we got 2 more games. 15-0. 15 wins has been the ceiling. We've got 15 wins twice. Holy shit. Holy shit, baby. Come on. They're 9-7. Easy. We've already beat them. Come on. Yes, let's go. Undefeated. 17-0. We're the best team in the NFL. We got it. We're here. We got it. I mean, it's not the last. Like I said, there's a couple other rebuilds. We're gonna put the 17-0 challenge in place. Step 1. I've had 1 or 2 16 wins. I've never had 17-0. That's also why I want to do it. I wanted to see if it was possible. Now, because we did do it, I will have to show something. I did change something. Did modify something. We had to fix the offense. We went Tampa offense. Full disclosure, you got to put an asterisk next to it. We did get out the Bills. We went Tampa. Had to go Tampa. What the fuck? We got Tampa and we got less touchdowns than we had last year. Should have stayed Buffalo, apparently. 5,300 yards, 48 touchdowns. I mean, that's still ridiculous for Josh Allen. Oh, man, okay. Actually, you know what? I'm going to slightly fade that asterisk because it wasn't even better than what we put up last year. CMC was outstanding. Didn't get 4,000-yard receivers, only 3 this season, but ridiculous year for Stephon Diggs. Edmonds leads the team in tackles. 17.5 sacks, Russo. 13, Trey Hendrickson. 9.5 Ed Oliver. Kind of actually in line with, what I predicted, what we needed to happen on the defensive line. Interceptions, I mean, our secondary was great. Maybe just not a lot of turnovers there. Take a look at the yearly awards. MVP might just be Josh Allen. Yep. Let's go. We have on the award side, Josh Allen also quarterback of the year. Greg Russo, D lineman of the year. And there's zero possibility that if you give me for 1 in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 4. This is our 15th rebuild. You are not giving me 17-0 and having the Dolphins, who we've crushed twice already, one and done us in the playoffs. There's no way that was going to happen. Now we are in the conference championship game. A lot tougher against the Kansas City Chiefs. Patrick Mahomes, 53 touchdowns. We're going to sit front row for this one. Let's go, baby. Let's be great today. Opening drive. Kansas City gets a touchdown. We have to punt. Okay, no points. 0 points in the first quarter. That's fine. Still got plenty of time. We're not panicking. Kick the field goal. Still down that touchdown. Our prolific offense still looking for a touchdown in the first half. Still looking for a touchdown. All right, we're going into the fourth quarter. Still looking for a touchdown. All right, we're going into the fourth quarter. Still looking for a touchdown. Number 1 offense in the NFL. Okay, finally we got a touchdown. This is fucking stupid. 17-0, and we got 10 points to show for it. Fuck! I guess, you know what? We got 17-0. We got a Super Bowl just at different points in this rebuild, so somewhat mission accomplished. Here are the final stats for our main players after that 5 years. 38,000 yards, 314 touchdowns. Josh Allen, 44 rushes. I mean, actually, something, bringing in CMC, obviously we're going to heavily focus on him, but not a lot of Josh Allen scrambles, which is weird. You'd think they'd have a playbook more similar to maybe like the Eagles, where Jalen Hurts puts up some pretty big numbers. Those are the numbers there for our receivers. Very happy with Tommy Trevor. What a trade, bringing in Christian McCaffrey. I'd be actually a little annoyed because I'm now very optimistic that Philly might have a chance this year if the Buffalo Bills in real life can land Christian McCaffrey, but it could happen. Matt Milano and Edmonds both go over 1,000 tackles. Same with Micah Hyde. We got 79 sacks. Hendrickson, obviously, that's not so much this team, but 64 sacks for our X Factor Rousseau. 56 sacks for Ed Oliver. 28 picks for Trey White and Micah Hyde. But we got the 17-0. We got the Super Bowl. I think I can get past how terrible of a performance this was here in year number 5. So that will do it for me here today, guys. As always, if you're first time stopping by, don't be afraid to hit that subscribe button. Getting very close to 160,000. That'd be quite the milestone if you can hit that sooner than later. Smash the like button if you enjoyed. Love to get 1,000 likes on every one of our Madden 23 uploads, or at least try our best to get to that point. Make sure you leave a comment in the comment section below about what team you want to see rebuilt next. Falcons, please. And I will see you guys back here on the next one. But you guys like this? When we're, just so we don't keep passing over the good teams, what do we want to rebuild? Like a Kansas City. Do we just add in, like, we got to go 17-0? That is the additional challenge. So it's not just like, can we win the Super Bowl when we likely are going to be Super Bowl favorites every single year without me having to really put my fingerprints all over the team? Let me know what you think about that in the comment section below, and I'll see you guys back here on the next one. Thanks for watching. Peace out. Love ya. Have a good one.